Hello there. Thought I'd start out something that made me laugh. If you don't get it, ask somebody else. Okay. Alright, so this is section 2, solving inequalities using addition or subtraction. I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of this is exactly like it was back in chapter 2, section 1. When we were solving one-step equations, all addition and subtraction. Okay. Except now we're not going to have an equal sign, we're going to have an inequality. Okay. Now, the addition property of inequality, all of this just basically says that if we add c to the left, we have to add c to the right. Okay. The inequality stays true if we do that. So a is greater than b. If we add c to both sides, it's still bigger than the right. If a is less than b, then the left is still bigger than the right. Okay? It also is true for that. This is an example. This is a picture of it. Okay? So let's look at some real problems. X minus 15 is greater than negative 12. Okay? So we want to get rid of the minus 15. We isolate the variable. We add 15 to both sides. We get x is greater than 3. Greater than, remember, if it's this or this, it's an open circle. If it's this or this, it's a closed circle. Some of you missed that question in section 1. Right? So open circle, it's because of the fact, I think I told you that the direction that the arrow, the inequality is pointing, that's only when x is on the left. Okay, don't get confused with that. I may not have mentioned that for you. But you could also ask yourself this question. Where are the values bigger than 3? And that's going to be to the right. Okay. So what are the solutions of this? We're going to graph it. So n minus 5 is less than negative 3. I want to get n by itself, so I'm going to add 5 to both sides. So n is going to be less than 2. So then I draw my number line, 2, 3, 1. Less than tells me open circle. The values smaller than 2 are that way. Okay. All right. Same thing. 10 is greater than or equal to x minus 3. What you may want to do when this happens is switch it. X minus 3, 10. Just make sure that it's still pointing in the right direction. Okay. So we add 3 to both sides. We get x is less than or equal to 13. Okay. Less than or equal to tells us to fill the circle in. And then we shade everything to the left. Now, checking your solution. You have to do 2 things when checking. Okay? The first is to check the number itself. It tells us that x is less than or equal to 13, so we have to plug in the number 13. So we don't worry about this one. We plug it in, we work it out, we're good. It has to work because it's less than or equal to. And then we pick one number in the shaded region. Okay, down here. Anything in the shaded area. So in this case, they picked the number 12. So that one doesn't count. 10 is greater than or equal to 12 minus 3. 9 is less than or equal to 10. That's good. We're okay. Okay. So when you go through the process here, you are checking the actual number itself that is a solution. So remember, our solution was x is less than or equal to 13. So the first thing is we're going to check the number 13. And the second thing is we're going to check something less than 13 because that's the inequality. Okay. I'll let you look at that one. If you want to pause it, I'm going to go ahead and work it out. Okay, so I added 11 to both sides. I got m is greater than or equal to 9. So I didn't graph it yet, but that's okay. I'll just graph it real quick. 9, 10, 8, greater than or equal to, close circle, shading to the right. I plugged in 9, and then I plugged in something bigger than 9. And that was how I showed my check. Okay. All right, subtraction property. If I subtract the same thing from both sides, you get the same inequality. Okay. All right, so we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. T is greater than or equal to -10. Open circle and -10, shade right. Okay, remember this instance right here, first thing, switch it around. It's pointing towards that. Subtract 12. And graph it. Okay. Okay, now word problem. And this is it. A club has a goal to sell at least 25 plants for a fundraiser. Club members sell 8 plants on Wednesday, and 9 plants on Thursday. What are the possible number of plants that the club can sell on Friday to meet their goal? Okay, what does it mean to be at least 25 plants? It means greater than or equal to 25. At least 25 tells us that 25 is okay, and anything bigger than 25. Okay, so what I get is 17 plus x is greater than or equal to 25. I subtract 17 from both sides. I get x is greater than or equal to 8. So they have to sell at least 8 plants on Friday. If they sell more, great. If they sell less, they're not going to meet their goal. Okay, so I wrote the inequality from the sentence: 8 on Wednesday, 9 on Thursday, x on Friday, at least 25. And then I solved it. Okay. Some practice. And yeah, see ya.